Hey guys, it's Sara from AltCoin Buzz. So today my video has been inspired by one of Jeff's posts on his personal account. If you guys not following, follow him. He's on Blockchain J. Also follow us on AltCoinBuzz.io, where we post different polls, different questions, and you guys can give your opinion. Remember, your opinion is very important to us as it shows us what you guys want us to talk about. So Jeff asked this question regarding the most effective ledger for the future. So unless you've been living on a rock over the past few years, you've probably become familiar with terms like Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, ICOs. And I seriously hope that before any of you invested into any cryptocurrency, you've actually made a research on what blockchain actually is, or what Tangle is if you invested into IOTA. Hashgraph is becoming more popular, and I hope that my explanation will make it clearer for you guys of the whole concept of Hashgraph. So let's start off with the good old blockchain, which was the majority's choice in this poll. I won't give any technical explanation. It'll be more of an explanation that I would give to my mum. So sorry for that. So whenever we have a transaction and let's say I buy something from you, this information gets logged and it's verified by a third person or third party. And then if all this information has been verified and it all matches, the transaction goes through without any intermediary. Then it gets stored, and when we make further transactions, this information is ready and better. That's already in the ledger. And you can append it, you can sort of add new information that's more current, but you can't actually erase anything. The way the technology is changing means nothing will be the way it used to be, and there is no firm, and then the buyer and the seller, and we basically will have to rewrite a lot of rules in economics as well. A lot of the current assumptions won't hold true either. I mean, there are some barriers in the blockchain. Like whenever we talk about Bitcoin, there are some trust issues as there have been some hacks. So there's obviously a need to work on trust and feeling that it's a safe technology. We know that one of the problems that Bitcoin is faced with is that it's getting stolen or lost. But a lot of that is caused by people trying to re-centralize the coin in different ways, which basically makes them very prone for it. Like an easy target, basically. So I think education will be a big part before we actually can use the technology in a wide sense, which means before the transition to the mainstream happens, for the average people to be able to use this technology, we will have to focus on educating, setting standards, and work with a lot of enterprises to create a safe, usable, and understandable user experience. In my opinion, the current state of blockchain is still in the research state, where it's being developed to be applied in many areas. We know it might be used almost everywhere. I mean, there will be one day where we won't be able to imagine what it was like before. But I'm not sure where it's gonna go. I mean, no one really knows, right? I mean, we have a lot of public blockchains, like we have Bitcoin, we have the Ethereum network, NXT, but a lot of companies and consortiums are getting together to build private blockchains. So the ones that started off by being more closed off might evolve into a public network when people feel comfortable using it. And we can't forget that some of them are also proof of concept out in the real world, like there are projects in energy, pharmaceuticals, retail, etc. And they're all starting to experiment. And I honestly can't wait for what the future holds. One of the extensions of blockchain is the good old IOTA. So IOTA makes a use of distributed ledgers. It's one of the cryptos that doesn't use a blockchain. Instead, it uses a technology its developers call the Tangle, which is based off a mathematical concept known as directed acyclic graphs, DAG. The design is what separates IOTA from every other cryptocurrency, which was a deliberate move from the developers. Within the design, we have the removal of miners without sacrificing decentralization. That basically means that there is no fees, making IOTA free to use. Yet, IOTA is completely free to use. This is because everyone plays an equal role in the network. Anytime a transaction is made, the user must help authenticate to previous and random transactions. It uses a series of cryptographic algorithms along with many other sophisticated technologies to do this work. Techniques. Any device could manage it without any effort because the work that's done behind the scenes is on such a small scale. Also, a network like this allows for two important features: microtransactions and speed. Microtransactions are transactions that can be worth fractions of a cent, and cryptos like Bitcoin face many issues with it, mainly with the miners. For example, you couldn't purchase a coffee with most blockchain-based cryptos. Speed in cryptocurrency is measured by TPS, which is transaction per second. So let's have a look on the transactions per second, which is basically a very important subject as it illustrates the capability of the network. At the moment, Bitcoin can do up to 4 transactions per second. Ethereum, 20 transactions per second. We've also got PayPal on here saying it does 193 transactions per second on average. And then we've got IOTA, which does between 500 to 800 transactions per second. I mean, this is not even comparable. I mean, it's so much faster, so much more going on. And the way that IOTA works is because of the design of the network, where the more people use the network, the faster it becomes. The more we will use it, the faster it will basically be. It's that simple. So we can only get faster. I mean, it's insane amount of transactions already. And if we use it more, it'll be even more of them. It's absolutely amazing concept. So it is those two features that give rise to IOTA's purpose, which is the support and to facilitate a machine-to-machine economy and to be implemented as the underlying protocol behind the Internet of Things. So that was a very simplified explanation of what Tangle is. Let's go over to a bit more complicated thing, being Hashgraph. So before I start saying anything, I'd like to point out that nothing is being made on the Hashgraph yet. It's just a concept. This is over here. There's loads of scams going on around it. ICOs claiming that they've been made on the Hashgraph. So before you see something, invest in anything, have a look on the website. They'll make an announcement when they do something new, when they finally create a product, and I'm sure it'll do amazingly. It's just listen to what Hashgraph basically does. So it's a new consensus-based algorithm that provides a better platform for distributed consensus. It offers the same benefits as the popular blockchain and other distributed technologies. However, it's a data structure and consensus algorithm that is allegedly much faster, fairer, and more secure than its predecessors. So at its core, Hashgraph is powered by the Gossip protocol. Gossip is a well-known computer science term which can be defined as calling any random node and telling that node everything that you know and that you don't know. Hashgraph uses gossip obtained by the other nodes within a network and adds a small amount of information to be passed on or gossip to the other nodes. Using this information, a hashgraph or ledger can be built of the gossip and constantly updated as more information is gossiped by each node. What that equates to are some of the benefits of Hashgraph. So Hashgraph, it's much faster. So we remember how many transactions per second did IOTA, and Hashgraph apparently can process 250,000 transactions per second. I mean, this is absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, Bitcoin's got no chances with this. This is just something else. I mean, absolutely mind-blowing. This is a just insane number. So yeah, it's also more fair, as there is no proof of work, meaning there's no need for miners and no one choosing the order of those transactions that go into the Hashgraph. This also means that it's more efficient. No proof of work eliminates the need for massive computational power by those miners. It's also more secure. No member can prevent the community from ever reaching consensus or reverse the consensus when it's been achieved. So who is behind the Hashgraph? Well, it was created by Lehman Berg alongside Matt Hammond, who are both the co-founders of Swirls, the company that holds the patent to the Hashgraph technology. Both of them have very impressive backgrounds in computer science and technological entrepreneurship. So right now, Hashgraph is only available to private permission networks. Remember that, guys. Do not invest in anything that has got Hashgraph in it. Check on their website before you do. But moreover, there's been some rumors that other consortiums are being developed outside of financial services to include other large global enterprises. So what do you guys think? Is Hashgraph a massive challenge to blockchain? Do you think IOTA is the new thing? Let me know what you guys thought of a video like that. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button if you didn't like my content. Let me know in the comments what you'd like me to do as the next video, or what topics are of a consideration for you. Remember to follow us on Twitter, and yeah, see you guys soon. Bye!